Okay, welcome back everyone. This is officially episode 41 of our Minecraft survival series, and I just have to say that I'm very grateful and very thankful for all the support until this specific point of time. And by the time that I'm recording this video, we currently have around 48 subscribers on the YouTube channel, which is amazing. We're almost at 50 subscribers, and that's going to be quite the milestone in my opinion, because I don't think I've never done 50 subscribers in an organic way, by the way, super organic way, which means I have to actively upload content instead of asking my family members or asking my friends to subscribe to it just because I'm their friend. No, it's because I can consistently upload content on either on YouTube or on TikTok because I think most of the subscribers are mostly from TikTok, where I live stream almost daily. At least I'll try to stream around 3 or 4 times per week, and if that does not work, I'll just stream maybe once a week if I'm really busy. And that's what I've been doing currently. Is that I've been quite busy, so I've missed a few days where I was supposed to stream, but that's okay. I never initially promised my viewers to stream every single day, and that's the important thing. I just don't want to make promises that I cannot fulfill. That's part of my principles, really. But we're back. We're back at this world, and I'm going to give you a brief world tour on what we've built so far. And I'd like you, if you are new to this channel, I'd like you to go into the description of the video, where you will find the link to my playlist of the previous episodes in the past, and you should see what we've done so far, starting from the very first episode of the series. I think that would give you a better view of what we've done in this world, and I think we can definitely be proud of it for how much we've done over here, especially building this whole thing. It wasn't a piece of cake, you know. I'm not exactly the person that has the most time in the world to play Minecraft all day, and definitely not the type of person who can stream Minecraft 4 hours per day. You know, I have a full-time job. I have my own responsibilities, and that's why I also sometimes I just don't edit that much, even though I used to edit shorts quite a lot. Prior, I think I was on May or June. I was really on to editing shorts and then uploading on YouTube and uploading on TikTok. But now I strictly remain on live streaming and uploading daily content. Well, not daily, but uploading content consistently on YouTube at least once a week. So here we are. We're going to start from the house. Before going to the house, let me just go outside because the house was a much later edition. We were actually starting out from this very point over here, where these machines are. So I was starting out over here near the board. So this is the board of Hall of Supporters. It's not exactly a hall, but I initially wanted to make my own hall of, you know, people who have watched me since the beginning and people who have donated to me in my live streams, which is amazing. These are the guys that were mostly active in my streams back then. But yeah. An interesting set of people, I'd say. These people are amazing. They've been supporting me. They've been really active in chat, and I really enjoy talking with them every single day. You know, every time I go live, it really brings a smile to my face when I know that they're there, and I can talk with someone about literally anything, and they can talk to me things that they are worried about, and we kind of share this thing between the streamer and the viewers, where they can tell whatever they want to me, and I can tell whatever I want to them. It's very wholesome. It's very wholesome. It's raining now. It's not the best condition to stream. Not to stream, I mean to record an episode, because I wanted to do a world tour. Maybe if we can sleep this out. Can we do that? No, I can't, because it's not a thunderstorm. Well, you know what? That's fine. Back in the very first episode, we actually started out not on this island, but I was trying to show off that I found a village on this side of the map over here, and this was the very first village that I found that was also in episode number 1. So I was over here and I ventured out. You know, I used the boat and I go over here because I actually spawn right where this greenhouse is. This is also a very recent addition. I'll show you the greenhouse right after this. We started out in this forest over here, and then I saw there was like a huge plains island over here. And I was like, I should just settle there, and I should make my own little village, I would say. And then apparently, when I explored the island through over here, I can actually see this village over the horizon. So it was barely there, but I could see it. And I explored the village, and I decided I'll just take care of this village. And now we have our own villager breeder, and we have multiple other farms that I can show you later. But let's start from the very beginning of our journey, and that is to this place over here. Also, if you notice, I actually built a little custom birchwood bridge that I made over here. This was very back when I just started out playing Minecraft on this specific world. So yeah, I was over here and I bridged out over there to get wood, and then I found this island to be quite a nice place to settle my home in, and so that's what I did. If you watch my very first maybe 2 or 5 videos, 10 videos, 10 episodes in the start of the series, I was constantly terraforming the area. So I was cleaning out with pickaxes and shovels to get this flat area on this island, because it wasn't flat before. It wasn't flat. You have to see the video if you're curious, but it wasn't flat. So I had to do a lot of work even before I had diamond tools. But it was something that I enjoyed. I know that this was going to be big, and it did. And I'm kind of proud of that, if I can be honest with you. So initially, I started out in this specific chunk over here, and that's where I have. This is where I have my beetroot farm currently. I'll fill this out, I promise. I know it looks ugly now because the interior doesn't have anything, but I'll add something to it. But yes, this is the new greenhouse that was built yesterday on my stream on TikTok, and it was nice. I was able to copy a design from Reddit and from YouTube. So it was a combination of like 2 different designs, and I kind of modified it to be precisely where the chunk is. So if you can press F3G, you can see the chunk borders. They're exactly like on this block over here, and so whatever is inside this building, it's inside the spawn chunk. So anything that goes inside of this building, it will always be loaded. Which is nice. It's a nice feature of having spawn chunks in Minecraft. But yeah, this is where we started out, and then we built this later on. This was like a very recent addition. This was added yesterday. Then I walked through over here, which you can see we can build a pathway over here as well. I walked over here, and then I went that way to grab wood. And because I saw the snow over there, and I thought that was like a pretty place to build a house in. But I moved to this island because I like the plains better. Obviously they're more flat, and they have seeds where you can plant wheat. So yeah, we have wheat and we have bread as our first food. So that was pretty good. And then I expanded the farm, obviously, to cover up this whole river, this whole like a waterway over here from the snowy plains biome to the village and the plains biome over there, or the forest biome, my bad. And we extended to have pumpkin farms because I was going to sell pumpkins to the villages, and carrot farms and obviously wheat farms were the first ones. And after that was done, I decided I wanted to build a huge mansion right on this land. And so I started out with having a few chests over here on this island, and I make a pathway to the house, and then I started building the house. It was quite a big one. And then this house was very empty right at the beginning. So I added chests, I added crafting tables and some furnaces along the way. But then I wanted to have. Oh, you were down there. I did not see you, sir. And then I started out to having too many blocks for me to cover in the first floor. So I decided I'll just make a little storage room on the ground. This will obviously expand. I'll fill out the chests with multiple items and multiple blocks, lots of blocks that we got from terraforming for projects. And then we have our little bedroom up here, which is also very empty, but it's a bedroom, not least. And this villager is trying to take my bed. You are not going to bed here, so this is my bed. So you better scrap away. All right, buddy? You know what? That's fine. I can sleep anywhere, so it's not a problem. And then I also built this little reading corner, and we've installed the mod where we can sit down, so I can kind of sit over here and read my books, even though I can't exactly read a book in Minecraft, but whatever. It's for aesthetics purposes. I've always wanted to have my own library, kind of, and so this building this was like, oh, it's a pretty nice little room where I think if I have this house with friends, I'll ask them to sit over here in the reading corner. It's a pretty nice addition in my opinion. And I think I wanted to add like a bio, like a little aquarium over here, but that wouldn't make sense because we're inside a wooden house, and the water wouldn't exactly be a good addition to wooden houses because it's damp. It's not really ideal to have water inside your wooden house. So yeah, that's why I'm not adding it over here. I think I'm just going to add like a giant table here that will be on top of the table. I'll have multiple decorations on top of it, and yeah. And after this was done, I started clearing out the back of the house. Ooh, that sun looks amazing. I started clearing out the back of the house, and we started building our very first house over there. That's the large villager house over here. It's a two-level house, and then I also started out building the places for the villages where I can buy mending books, because all I wanted to have was just to have mending books, in my opinion. I mean, to be honest, not in my opinion. My bad. My English is slowly deteriorating because it's been a while since I've spoken to people with English. My bad. And I built this house for the villagers to sleep in and for them to reproduce. And then after that, I released a few of the villagers to move into the new houses over there. And so after we were done with this house, I started fixing out these stalls over here where the villagers can remain and I can trade with them. And then we built this little park as well. I've always liked parks, so that's why I built a park right away when I know that I had the land to do it. It's a nice addition. I just like having, for example, I can just sit here and I can just chill right here. This is exactly why I wanted a park, because people could just chill here. If this was like a world-in server, I'll have people to chill on this chair at the park, and it would be a nice group photo, you could say. I also added this little pond and this bridge over here because why not? Just for aesthetic purposes. Again, we also have the sheep farm. This was also a very old addition. I think I started out the sheep farm right after I started out the farm. The crops, yeah, the crops. After planting the crops, I started the sheep farm, and then from this house, I think my very next house was this one over here. Yeah, this one, this wooden house over here, and then I started decorating it. I think this looks the most homey out of the other one. This looks the most cozy. And then I thought that I've been building with wood all the time. I wanted to change into something different, and so I use stone bricks where these guys are. Look at them, and they have like a cute little table here. This was very pretty. This was like a really nice suggestion from one of my viewers to add carpets to the table so that they look nicer, and they do look nice. They look nice. So thank you. And then I've always saw these type of decorations in Skywars maps, and I thought I'll just add it to my world. And it does look nice. It adds like a it's just nice, I just wanted to add variation basically. And after we're done, I built these two houses next door, and then I think this was the third one. So that's the first one. Oh no, this was the third one. First one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, and then the sixth one. This was the last one. And then this was the little farm pathway that I wanted to make, because again, it just kind of looks pretty. I like it because I don't want the part of this map to be empty, so that's why I put all of my stuff here, the farm here. And after this is done, we built that little greenhouse. Obviously, I had to defeat the Ender Dragon first, and then I built the little greenhouse that we saw over there. And we have our Ender Dragon egg over here. This is where it is, little Ender Dragon egg. And okay, so we're done showing what these complex. So I call this place the complex. This specific part of the map, like the one that I'm outlining, this is called the complex. This is where my base is, and this is where I do most of my things. This is where I'm very proud. This is where the pretty buildings are. And then after that, I also built this village over here. Well, I did build it, but I kind of modified it. I renovated most of the buildings there. So I can just show you that. I'll have to grab a minecart, right? I don't know why I had to pause there, but I had to grab a minecart real quick before I go there. Check over here. Do we have minecarts? Yes, we do. Nice. It's a lot of things, I know. My I'm just super excited when it comes to these things. Oh no. Okay, there you go. Because you know, this project specifically, obviously, it took a lot of work. You know, I had to do lots of stuff just to get this going, and yeah, I definitely appreciate all of my viewers on TikTok Live who saw me building all of this. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. Right, and we are finally here, and we have a few farms for the farmers. I planted, you know, wheat crops because they're the easiest one, and then I have this large watermelon farm over here. You know, selling watermelons is pretty easy. Once they grow, they keep growing, so there's no worry about that. And we have more watermelons here, and we have more watermelons there. And I built these little experimental houses that I have with my leftover blocks because I want them to get to be used. And this one as well. This is the Optimus Prime house because somehow the front of the house looks like Optimus Prime's head. I don't know if that makes sense, but it kind of does for me. And then we built this villager breeder house. This was a very recent, and this is like an old edition. This was one of the first large structures that I built on this village specifically for the villagers to breed. And then we have additional farms like this one, and then this one as well, that one, and that one. So lots of new stuff, definitely. I've also extended some of the homes. One of the very first extended homes that I have was this one because this one's like a librarian's house, and then I extended this to have like 4 beds instead of only 2. And then over here, I also added a gated community. The whole reason was that because there were so many villages on that side of the village, I wanted the villagers to spread out. So instead of being centralized in this area, I want them to be spread out to this area and this area as well. So I don't want them to be centralized, say, because it's too crowded. It's not good. You know, it's not good. Let's go over here. And then we have beds outside because I wasn't able to build them a house yet. We also have these beds outside, but we added fences, you know, for security purposes and for them not to get out of the area. Because if they get out, they'll just return to that side of the village and it'll be too overcrowded. And I don't want that to happen. Man, I was yapping quite a lot there, but yeah, I think that concludes the world tour. Obviously, there are lots of other places that I can show you, but this is where most of my work is. This is the village, and this is the complex where my home base is, and the new recent edition of the greenhouse. And then I can show you some of the other pops just on the map. We have more villages outside of the area that I haven't like renovated yet because they're too far away from my area, and you know, it'd be too much of a hassle if I have to go to different villages very, very far away. Where was the portal? Ah, there you go. And this is where the stronghold was. It's not too far away from home, right? It's like a how many blocks is this? It's like, okay, so 1,000 blocks away from spawn. See, that's not too far away. I'm very close to my spawn, so that's the best thing about it. And we also have spider spawners. We also have a trial chamber that I also conquered. That was a pretty nice stream over there. I did this on a live stream. And there were mesa biomes over here. And there's also another mesa biome over here. And we also found an ancient city right over here. I built like a little helipad platform just so that I can recognize it on the map. This is where I have the ancient city, which is also going to be a conquest later on. I'll have a campaign to conquer the ancient city. That'll be pretty nice live stream over there. So yeah, boys and girls, that's all I have to show you. And once again, I'd just like to thank every single one of you, every single one of my viewers, every single one of my subscribers who have commented on videos, who have liked the videos. You know, every time somebody comments on my videos, I feel amazing. I feel like I've been doing what I've always wanted to do when I was a kid, and that was to become a Minecraft YouTuber. And I know that Minecraft YouTuber doesn't have the best rep right now, like, you know, with them being pedophiles and everything. But I wanted this because out of my own selfish desires, I wanted this because I think if I don't try to do this at least once in my life, I'll be forever regretful. I just don't want to regret anything. So at least I wanted to give it a try of actually consistently uploading on YouTube and doing live streams on TikTok. That was also a pretty nice addition. It was an accidental habit that I had because I like talking to people on my live streams. So that's very nice. Other than that, there's something deep that I wanted to share. Because of all of this stuff, because all of this Minecraft stuff going on my life, I've been very occupied with building, with playing Minecraft, and every time I get to my office, even though I was supposed to work, I immediately wanted to open my Minecraft launcher, and I wanted to play Minecraft, and I wanted to continue my build. And I don't think that's a healthy sign. I think that I think that other than work, Minecraft has become a kind of idol for me. And as a Christian, that's not something that you want to have in your life. So, right after this video, I think I'll take a break for a few days, and I just don't want this Minecraft thing to be the hindrance between me and God and building a relationship with Him, and being active in my church and all that. I don't want live streaming to be this thing where it will damage my religious habits every single day. um because I didn't have this before. But now that I have this channel, that I have this growing community, I've always been pressured to always keep it growing, to always keep uploading, to always do live streams. And that's not very healthy. The more you realize I'm very pressured to do things that I was supposed to do for free. I was supposed to do this for fun, but now I'm pressured to do it every single day. Um, and I don't like that. I don't like that because I have work already where I have to be pressured to come to work every single day and work and do my job. Um, well, I guess when you got into something and you start being consistent, there's nothing stopping you. And this is it. This is it for me. I started consistently uploading Minecraft videos, and now I can't stop, which isn't exactly a bad thing. But I enjoyed the time that I had when I was building stuff, when I was uploading stuff, when I was live streaming all of my progress. I enjoy every second of it. Even though I get mad, even though sometimes I'm not as patient, even though I have sometimes annoying viewers at times and very weird ones also. I just can't wrap my head around. Some people have really weird chats, and it still baffles me. But yeah, it's been good, guys. It's been amazing, and I wish you all the best. And once again, thank you very much for the support. Um, and I hope you guys have a good day. God bless you. Bye bye.